They said you can't turn a hoe into a housewife.
Well, we've proven them wrong. But you know, we're still keeping it nasty.
This is the Hoes to Housewives podcast.
All right, welcome back to Hoes to Housewives. I'm Keenan.
I'm Katie.
And this is episode 3. That's right.
I'm just going to do that every time.
Every time.
Until I run out of fingers.
Until she runs out of fingers. So today we're going to talk about
being a wife.
Ooh, yeah.
Wifey vibes.
Wifey vibes. And how did we know? How did we know we were ready to quit hoeing to start housewiving?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's get into it.
So yeah, we're going to get into it. So how long have you enjoyed being married?
Married 1.5 years, maybe.
Yeah.
But I've been doing the same damn shit that I'm doing now since I met that motherfucker. I just got off the phone with him. I said, we're going to record our 3rd episode. We're going to talk about when we knew we were wives. He was like, you ain't know. I said, yes, I did, bro. I've been folding your dirty ass drawers for 10 years now. Like,
yeah. I would love to say that all parts of marriage are just magical, but just some things just aren't. Some things just aren't. And that's okay. Because I still feel like the great parts really outweigh the negative when you're with the right person. Not all marriages are created equal, and we know that. Yeah. And I've been in long-term relationships where it was basically a marriage, and it's been really shitty. And compared to what I'm into now, which is we've been married now for 9 years together. No, I'm sorry. We've been married 8 years. We'll be married 9 years in December. And we've been together 9 years. We just had our 9-year anniversary in April. That's how long we've been together. So tell me a little bit about how you and Joey met and kind of what led y'all to stop hoeing and start actually being in a serious relationship that you knew was going to progress maybe to marriage.
Okay, so like I mentioned in last week's episode, Joey and I both met each other while we was hoeing. And
how'd y'all meet?
Bumble. Put a little bee in my bouquet just for a little nod to Bumble.
That's how Tim and Heather met.
Yeah, I mean,
Bumble.
You know, nowadays, like, it's the easiest way. Although, talking to some single friends, they're like, it's not what it used to be 10 years ago. People are only on there for, like Instagram. Like, they just want you to follow them. They're trying to build their following.
Through a dating app?
Yeah, they just want to, like, gain followers or whatever, which I'm not going to lie. I put my Snapchat on there, and I was like, watch me. Back, like 10 years ago.
Back in the day.
So whatever, it was great. We met that way. I did have a little boyfriend, whatever. And then when Joey and I started getting serious, I broke up with him. We weren't even really serious. Like, I just was over that guy, and Joey and I had a good thing going for the last couple months. And then it was not easy. Like, he called me out for being with that guy because we had kind of had an agreement, like, we're sleeping together, we're hooking up. If you find somebody that you want to be in a relationship with, like, let me know and I'll back up. Sure. Right? Neither one of us actually stuck to that word.
Sure.
So when he called me out on that, it was after I had already broken up with that guy. But he was like, what the fuck? Like, do you want to tell me about this? Yeah. And I remember being like, oh my God, he's calling me out on my shit. Like, whatever.
Which he still does to this day, by the way.
And so then, I'm tripping over my words. I'm trying to cover my ass. He's like, until you're ready to, like, have a conversation with me, like, and he stopped talking to me.
Yeah.
And that was in 2017.
So not long after you guys had first met. Because you met what, like November 2016, right?
Yes. And so, and I broke up with that guy in January. And so he, stopped talking to me for a little while, and then we obviously started hooking back up, but he was not faithful from then on, and honestly, neither was I. And then when we moved here in 2017, even though I was like, oh, like, you moved to my hometown, like, you might as well marry me. We were definitely not in a position I was not ready to be a wife, as much as I thought I wanted to be. Because, I'm like, oh, I'm home.
Who doesn't want to be proposed to? Says the girl who's been proposed to quite a few times.
Yeah. You think you want to, and then you really, like, actually get into it, and you're like, oh, wow, this is actually not all it's cracked up to be. It's not, but I wouldn't say, because we went through a lot in those first couple of years. I mean, he was to the point where he was like, if you're so miserable here, go back to Colorado. I'm not going to stop you. But I'm like, but I don't want to go without you. I hate it here. Go with me. But we were not going to go back. He wasn't going to go back.
Right.
So yeah, so until we moved into the rent house,
Mm-hmm.
and we really started playing house, and I thought that at that time I was a wife. I mean, even when we met you guys, you thought I was Joey's wife
I did.
because he never corrected anyone.
No.
He just,
And now, granted, my husband can totally jump to conclusions because he thinks everybody's wife, but he did introduce you to me separately from being in the same room. Like, oh yeah, I want you to meet Joey's wife,
yeah,
Katie. Like,
yeah.
I think y'all would really get along. And I was like, no,
probably not.
No thanks. I don't want to do that.
No.
And she was getting told the same thing. And she's like, I don't want to do that. I don't.
Okay, because realistically, when your husband's like, oh, hey, meet my friend's wife, she's a fucking loser.
Yeah, she's just bitchy or whatever. And then she's like, look at this old bitch. No, I'm just kidding.
Nah. I didn't even know you guys were that old.
Yeah.
So
y'all were playing house.
So we were playing house, and I thought that was what was being a wife. I mean, even in my mother-in-law's speech at our wedding, she talked about how I took care of my husband, how I prepped his meals, I did all the laundry, I took care of the house, I did all the things. Like, I have been playing wife or doing wifely things. And so I thought that made me a wife, right?
Sure.
I'm a wife. I'm doing it.
Yeah. So I'm ready for the ring. I'm ready to actually be a wife.
And I think that I thought I was ready probably until we moved. So I got furloughed in 2020.
COVID.
Yes.
Yeah. COVID.
2020. And we moved in with his parents for 8 months.
Yes.
Into that pool house.
Yeah. Into the pool house. I remember.
And that's
probably, not slumming, by the way.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't have a shower.
Nice.
I was showering in his mom's bathroom, but
still.
That's probably when I knew. I was like, if I can do this, if we can be in this struggle period together and we can still prioritize our relationship. And like, also at that time, I had manic anxiety, like so bad that I wouldn't even leave the house. I would have a panic attack. Joey would see it on the camera and Michelle would come in and have to calm me down. Like, and I've never had that before, but I literally, it was either Noah's birthday or Addie's birthday. There was something, and Joey was gone, and I was like, he's like, you need to go. Like, we haven't seen them, and I physically like made myself ill trying to leave the house. I was like, I can't go. And he was there for me. Like, it's still on our we have like a dry erase calendar board, and it's partially missing because this was like 2020, 2021. And it says it's okay to not be okay. And so I think that that's when I knew that like I was ready to be a wife and I was ready to give more than just wifely duties. Yeah. Like being a wife is more than making your meals, doing your laundry, cleaning the house.
Sure, but it's definitely.
I mean, that's all in there.
It's all in there.
But you know, I mean, that's just a part of everyday life for everyone, anyways. So I think that that's what really, that connection of like, I can give more of my, like, I can trust enough and like open up and be fully vulnerable.
Yeah.
I think that's
which is hard for everybody, right?
Yeah.
So from the time that you realized you were ready to be a wife, how long was it until you actually were one?
Oh, motherfucker, I made that damn board. I think Timo mentioned it at our wedding too. He's like, how long you been doing this? I had one of those, the little, like, you know what I'm talking about?
A vision board?
No, not a vision board. Like, you put the little letters to create, it's like a black, it's like kind of like a ring box kind of, but it's a board. And you put the letters on it. I forget what it's called, whatever. I would update that shit every day. And it would say like 1,576 days not engaged.
Okay.
So let's see, that was 2021. We moved into our house in May. And then we got engaged in what, 23? February 23? So yeah, 2 years later.
Yeah.
But remember, I was going to go to Guam.
Oh, I don't forget nothing. So I know.
I was going to go. I was so fed up with not being engaged and going through all that, living, you know, like we bought our house, we were doing all the things. And I was so fed up. I put in my transfer to Guam and I was going to go. Joey said I wasn't, but I was going to go.
Oh, I know you were serious.
I was going to go. I was so fucking fed up.
And at this point, you know, it's 7 years, right? Yeah. Like something like that. 7 years.
Long time. Yeah. I'm over it.
It's 7 years.
I had we were at the
She was literally sending me like videos that were like, if your man ain't proposed to you in the first 2 years, you're never getting married. You might as well just leave. And she's like, see, I should just go now.
We were at the Floor and Decor or some store with my mom, and my mom was being difficult, of course, and he had texted his mom to try and like get her to help, and showed me his phone of the message that he had just sent, the message that Michelle had just texted back, and right above that said Monday for ring. And so that was like early December or late November, and we had our trip to Vail planned. And so it had to have been like right before Thanksgiving. So because we drove up, right, and stopped to visit them. That was when they were in Oklahoma.
Right, I remember.
So I'm like, okay, cool. It's happening. We go to Vail. We go on our ski trip. It's beautiful. It's like one of our best ski trips we've ever had. And we're driving down the mountain going home, and I'm crying. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Because before that, I had just denied my transfer to Guam. And I was like, or I had taken it out, and I
can't remember. Why did it not happen on that trip? Because it happened in Park City.
It was crooked.
Because y'all got engaged in Park City.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
It was something
another ski trip.
He wanted to do it at the ice castles.
Right. And there weren't ice castles in Colorado that year.
Yes.
So he was like, we're going to plan an extra trip to Park City. Okay. It's all coming back to me.
Yeah. Something like that.
I say I don't forget anything. Look, I can remember shit.
So yeah, but I just remember literally being like so devastated, like driving down the mountain. And I told him, I said, I saw your fucking phone. It said Monday for ring from your mom. What the fuck was that? If it didn't happen this trip, are you not going to do it? Like, why would you spend the money? You're about to waste all your money because I'm about to leave you.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then it did happen. But it didn't happen at the ice castles either.
No, he was so disappointed in the ice castles. He was like, I was going to, but like, it didn't look anything like they looked in Colorado.
But he had already done it before we got to the ice castles.
Oh, okay.
Remember, because he made me hike.
Oh, yeah, I remember you hiking up that fucking hill. No, it's not a hill. It was a fucking mountain. She was literally taking her snowboard and like digging into the snow, like to get up to the top of the fucking mountain.
And that old man literally looking over the edge. He goes like this. You're doing great. I was dying. All for this.
All for that.
I mean, I love it. I'm happy.
But still, all for that.
Damn.
All for the ring.
All for the ring.
Okay. So then when did y'all get married?
In January 2024 in Colorado.
It's beautiful.
Beautiful. Very intimate.
She was a snow princess.
Just 30 of our, not even 30, because we only invited 30 and not everyone came. But only.
It felt like the right amount, though, in my opinion. I mean, like, it was intimate. It was beautiful. It had no snow in the forecast. But then the night that they got married, it just started, like, even it just started coming down.
Yeah.
Like, I remember leaving the ceremony at, Peak or whatever. What is it called?
Sapphire Point.
Sapphire Point. I was saying the Emerald, but Sapphire Point. And get back to the hotel. We're having the reception. And we go to get out of the car, like we're parking the truck or whatever. And the snow just starts coming down, and we had to stop and take a picture outside and have on this big furry jacket. And the snow was just like coming down. And
it was so warm that morning.
It was beautiful
that afternoon. Like, I remember doing
we barely needed the blankets, like, but
till the end.
Yeah,
because like literally that afternoon, right before the ceremony, when we were doing our private vows, I was not in my cloak. I was just literally, and I was fine. It was like 40 degrees.
Yeah, and 40 degrees. I know it sounds cold. But in Colorado, honestly, when you're that fucking close to the sun, like
and there were no clouds.
It feels so good.
No clouds.
Like, I can be in Colorado, 40 degrees, sitting on the front porch, drinking coffee, not even a hoodie on. As long as I got my feet are warm, I'm okay. But like, beautiful. It's a beautiful ceremony.
And then halfway through the ceremony, it started snowstorming across the lake, and it was just coming in.
And it was awesome.
Joey's like, you guys can use the blankets and hand warmers. And I couldn't get my engagement ring off to put my wedding ring on because my fingers were like this big. So yeah, that's my story of becoming a wife. Tell me yours.
So
all three of them.
I've been engaged quite a few times. Obviously never got married until JJ. So engaged 3 times, twice to the same guy, once to Gage's dad. So April or whatever, I get a little message from obviously somebody I went to high school with, which was JJ.
Yeah.
And he was like, hey, I think I know you. Didn't we go out on a date like 13 years ago?
He's like, I still remember it.
Yeah, that's what he said. Oh, he's so full of shit. I mean, he did remember it, but still. So I said,
He said, I've been dreaming about you for
I know,
13 years.
literally. And I said, yeah, of course. Like, I remember you. And he's like, we went to the lake and we rode jet skis, right? And I was like, yep, we did.
Cute.
And he goes, I've been looking for you for like 13 years.
Knew it.
And I was like, what the fuck ever. Like, I was so over men at this point. So we started messaging back and forth. And probably like 3 weeks into chit chatting, I think he texted and was like, I'm in town. And I was like, okay. He's like, I want to see you. And I was like, well, I have my kids. And he's like, well, I have Evan. He's like, what could we do to make this work? And I was like, I don't know. So we went back and forth a couple of times. And finally he was like, I was going to go to the off-road park and take Evan. Would y'all want to join? And I was like, okay, sure. Like friendly, right? Like during the day in public, kids can play, whatever. So that's what we did. So I met him at an off-road park. We played in the river. He played with the kids. You know, we just had kind of that kind of easy conversation day, right? We sat on towels next to each other. We talked. The kids played. He played with the kids in the water. It was a really good day.
I didn't know that was y'all's first date. That's actually so cute. That like the boys all met each other.
Yeah.
And like it was just like
literally
family day.
Literally. And so from there, when we got done, we went and had crawfish at some hole in the wall place. It's like literally BYOB. It's like a big tent.
Damn.
They do crawfish, but you bring your own beer. You can bring whatever. This is back when we drank. So we had a really good talk. It's like we're sitting there and my husband's bald and it is April. We're in a tent and he's eating spicy crawfish. So he is just sweating profusely. Like it's just like running down his face, like whatever. So I just like grab a napkin and he's eating and I just reach over and wipe his forehead and his head off and set the napkin and just, you know, whatever. I'm a caretaker. It's just what you do.
Yeah.
So, and then we finished that and then we went outside and we were getting ready to leave. It's dark by this point. And we just had like a little kiss, like nothing crazy, just like a little kiss or whatever. But he will tell you that he knew right then. Like if he comes on and tells the story, he will tell you that the moment I wiped the sweat from his forehead and kissed him after drinking beer and eating crawfish, that I was the one.
You were the one.
I was the one. So we split ways. He had to go back to Pennsylvania. We chit-chatted or whatever, but it became an everyday thing. I had booked for Mother's Day weekend a trip already. It had already been planned. It was supposed to be me, my ex, and the boys. And I told him, like, I had this already booked. Like, do you want to go? Because, like, I had this whole house.
Yeah.
And I had already invited my friend Melissa to go. So she did come. And then I invited him. So he came into town. I didn't know it at the time, but it was his birthday weekend. And I had no idea.
Yeah.
He came into town. And I feel like I knew it was different then.
Yeah.
Because I had always kind of like had people on the back burner, like just kind of like in my back pocket. So I always had somebody to talk to. And after that weekend, they either got a text that I was done. And one I actually sat down in person because I knew it was going to break his heart because he was really hoping he was really going to get a shot one day. It's the first time in my whole entire life that I've head on handled a situation like that without just ghosting somebody. So I didn't know if I really was going to marry him.
But you were hoping.
But I was thinking this is somebody that I could marry and I didn't want to like leave. I didn't want it to be tainted. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And so
me with all my taintedness.
Well, but I had tainted everything beforehand. So I really wanted to make sure I did this right. So I got rid of all the extras. But for me, there were all these little things that he did that no one had ever done for me before. And it was just the way that he handled me with such care and like love and like, it was just the way he was. Yeah. And I'd never experienced anything like that before. And the feelings being mutual.
Yeah.
So I guess like sometime around end of June or something, he had a family trip planned to Canada. No, Alaska cruise. And he's going to be gone for like 7 or 10 days. And we had been apart, but we had never gone that long without talking.
Yeah.
And I think that being apart, even though he would like try to call whenever he could and like whatever, he's with Evan, he's with his parents, totally cool. But yeah, it was when he got back and he was just like, I've never missed anybody or anything like so much in my whole entire life. And he's like, you know, he got back and he had to almost immediately go back to work, but we went back to my house for the weekend. And it was June, so Aiden was gone. And when he got ready to leave to go back to work, he said, I just want you to know, like, I want to marry you. Like, you're it for me. You're my soulmate. Like, I love you. Like, and we'd already said, I love you. Like, you know, and it was like, I dreamed of a life, not a wedding.
Yeah.
And that's when I knew that it wasn't about a ring. It wasn't about a wedding. It was about, I had found my person and I knew that I wanted to spend my life with them.
Yeah.
And they tell you that when you know, but I did doubt myself because I thought, I've been engaged before.
Yeah.
And I'm like, is this going to be like last time where I freak out afterwards and I realized I made a mistake? But I didn't. We had a pact that we wouldn't go longer than 2 weeks without seeing each other because he was in Pennsylvania working. So he would fly home every 2 weeks, or if I had to, I would fly up there.
Mm-hmm.
We did that for 8 months, and then we're not even 8 months. And then he comes home. He flies in on a Friday. We get up Saturday morning. We drive to San Antonio. The kids are gone. It's just us. We're just spending one night in San Antonio, a little getaway or whatever. It's November. It's like the weekend before Thanksgiving, I think. So he's in for the whole week. And so, yeah, we are walking around. We've already checked out of our hotel. We're walking around the river walk. And he's like, oh, hey, so-and-so told me about this place that we need to look at. It's called Love Island or Marriage Island or something. It's like this little rock that goes out into the thing. It's outside of this hotel. I want to look at it. I was like, okay, I don't care. Cool. So we're like, we're walking around. We find it. And there's a bench. And we're sitting on the bench. And I'm thinking, this bench is really fucking cold through these blue jeans. Like, my ass is freezing. Like, why are we just sitting here? I'm hungry. I'm cold. Why are we just sitting here? So then this guy is walking by and he goes, hey, would you like us to like me to take your picture? And I was like, oh, meaning, me. I don't want to inconvenience anybody ever. Like, I never want to be inconvenienced. So I was like, oh, no, we're fine. We got it and whatever. And JJ's like, no, you know what? Come over here. Like, yes, that would be great if you could take our picture, please. Thank you so much. And I hand him the phone or whatever, and JJ hands him the phone and flips it to video and goes, just record. And I didn't it didn't really register in my brain because then I turned to get in the frame with him, and he had gotten down on one knee and he had asked me to marry him. And we have it on video.
Yeah.
The whole video. Everybody on the fucking river walk stopped to watch. And all you hear are people screaming congratulations at the top of their lungs. Obviously, I'm mortified because I don't like to be center of attention. Best video in the whole entire world for me. Like, I cannot believe it was caught on camera.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh. And obviously, we married 3 weeks later.
3 weeks later. At the courthouse.
At the courthouse. So there's a little place off the Beltway in Houston called Texas Courthouse Weddings. And they do courthouse weddings on the weekends. He flew in Friday. No, he flew in a couple days before because we had to get our marriage license. No,
you have to have it for 3 days.
He flew in like 2 weeks. We got like 2 weeks before our wedding. We got our marriage license, and then he flew in like the day before our wedding. We literally got married on Saturday, and he flew back to work Monday, and I went back to work Monday, and we were married. And we were just married.
No that.
And by that time, we'd already found a rent house, and we moved out of my little townhouse. It wasn't big enough for all of us, and we lived in a rent house for a year, and then we moved to Willis after that. But we met and married before, like, on our 8-month anniversary.
Yeah, so within a year, less than a year.
Yeah. And we had a lot of growing pains, obviously, like, learning to live together, schedules. My job was stressful, his job was stressful, the kids, and then Evan moved in, and it was a lot. And so, like, we struggled for a while. Our sex life went to shit.
Yeah.
And
it's hard when you aren't seeing each other that often.
Mm-hmm.
You're constantly going. It's stressful.
And he was depleted, but I needed emotional connection, and he was depleted and couldn't give it to me, but he still wanted sex, and I couldn't give it to him because I didn't have what I needed first. And so it took us a long time to get through that. But once we finally did, I feel like we're unstoppable now. Yeah.
Well, you guys built a foundation of communication. And I mean, you had no choice but to communicate. I mean,
yeah, divorce is not an option for us.
Yeah.
Even with some things where, we may have broken each other's trust a little bit, and, like, not have been as open about things as what we should have been. we overcame all those things and worked through it all. And we were able to take ownership of what we contributed to those situations and say, okay, well, I wasn't meeting your needs and you weren't meeting mine. And it's natural for when somebody flirts with us over here when we're not getting it home to like that attention, whether we want it or don't want it, And so like we went through periods like that where, like just learning how to give each other what we needed and not being mad because we didn't hold up our end of the marriage like we were supposed to.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking cheating, but I mean, like, just little things. And so we worked through all of that stuff and, made it through. And now I truly feel like we're unstoppable. And so y'all worked through that stuff before y'all got married. We ended up working through it after we got married because we did get married so quickly and it was a very whirlwind type thing. And I don't regret doing it that way.
Yeah.
I feel like that made us definitely work harder. But now we have these things where when we're disconnected, we literally just say, hey, like, I don't feel connected to you. Like, can you pay attention to me?
Yeah.
I don't feel like we've spent very much time together and nobody gets their feelings hurt. We go, oh, you know what? Like, yeah, you're right. Like we haven't spent any time together. Like we haven't talked. We haven't had our bathtub time. And so now when we get disconnected, because it's going to happen, no matter how close you are with your spouse, life is still going to happen. Things are still going to get in the way.
Yeah.
But you have to rein it back in.
Yeah.
Okay, the kids have kept us fucking busy this week between basketball and football and PTA. I don't go to no PTA. I'm just making up shit. But like the gym and the businesses, and we've had this meeting and our family was in and so was here. Okay, we got to rein it back in. Life is going to get busy. You're going to let other things kind of get in between you two. And you just got to rein it back in.
Yeah.
It's nobody's fault. It's life.
It's life. It just happens.
Yeah.
That happens a lot for Joey and I because like we'll both be traveling.
Your schedules are crazy.
And so it's like, well, we need to you're not going to the gym today. Just spend time with me.
Yeah.
We'll sit around this house and we all stare at each other.
But yeah, I think when you really truly find the person, there's something inside you that just knows. And I just knew with him.
And like, even though Joey and I went through all of the things that we did, one of the biggest themes for me that, obviously like we kept coming back to each other. Like there was something that even though the things that we did, we always came back to each other. I told him from the beginning, like, even while we were just hooking up and then when we really started to get to know each other, I never felt like I had to fake it. Because all my life I have been crazy Katie, life of the party, shaking ass upside down in the truck, driving down I-35. Like, wild, has to be the center of attention. And then with him, I never felt like I had to be the center of attention. And he literally just let me be peaceful. Yeah. And like, he always made me feel like I didn't have to put on a show or put on an act. Yeah. And like
it's a gift.
Yeah.
And I think that that's what people have to understand. When you are with someone and you are able to be your complete authentic self and not feeling like you're being judged, not feeling like, oh, if I act this way today because I'm having a bad day, he's going to leave.
Yeah.
So when you get to be your true authentic self with someone, I mean, it's an amazing feeling. It's a really true gift. Mm-hmm. And now, like, I mean, he's my best friend. Like, I tell him everything. Like, we don't have any boundaries. Like, I mean, he can be shitting. I'm gonna walk in. I don't care. What you doing?
What you doing?
Talk to me.
I miss you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit on here and just listen
let me talk to you this. Let me talk to you. But like, we don't really care about any of that stuff. Like, I mean,
Yeah, that's what happens. True intimacy.
It really is. And it's such a great thing. I mean, don't get me wrong. People are like, oh, people get married, they get complacent. All the romance goes away. Actually, I think it can happen to people. Don't get me wrong. But if you play it right and you really keep your marriage at the forefront of your life, which in my opinion, whether you have kids or you don't have kids, like that foundation is what everything grows from. And so like, if you can really cement yourself into your marriage, like, y'all can be some freaks.
Yeah.
I would definitely say if you're going to get married, just make sure that like he's your person.
Don't think that there's not anything better out there for you.
Yeah. And don't think that your past is going to dictate what you deserve in your future.
Yeah.
Because 2 kids, 2 different dads, only been married to the man I'm married to now, who I have no biological children with. And my past never once scared him. Yeah. Not even a little bit. Mm-mm. And we're from the same town. Like, you can't throw a stick and not hit somebody one of us slept with. That's just part of growing up and the things that we did and part of life. And some people take that path or have that path, and some people don't. And where we are now is fucking phenomenal. So just remember, it doesn't matter what your past looks like. It doesn't matter if you have 2 kids, 2 different dads. There are men out there that I swear to you will love you the way that you're meant to be loved. And you don't have to settle for the bare minimum just because your past is a little messy.
Yeah.
Mine was fucking chaotic. And here we are. I have one of the best men I've ever known. There's something to be said about a man who can step in, especially for like an Aiden situation where his dad lived in Idaho, and just step in and, you know, be a great role model and just be there for us and financially take care of all the things that need to be taken care of. I mean, you know, he pays tuition and all that. We're paying tuition for 2 kids. Shit.
All the kids.
All the kids.
So then maybe the summary of this episode about being wife material isn't just about you being wife material. It's about finding a man
who deserves you.
Yeah, that deserves you. That can meet you in a place to make you a wife, because a wife is an elevated position. It's not
absolutely
a burden.
It is not. Being a wife is one of my absolute most favorite things in the world. Yeah. Like, I love, and my husband can tell you this because I just nest all day. Like, and anybody who says this is suppression or oppression, whatever the fucking word is isn't doing it right, or doesn't have a good partner.
Doesn't have a good partner. That's the key.
Or they've never seen a happy, healthy relationship. Yeah. And I hadn't really seen one either. I had to make one.
Yeah.
I had to say, I know these things aren't healthy, so we're not going to do that.
Yeah.
Like, my mom wears the pants in my family, like in my mom and dad's marriage. And that wasn't how I wanted things. I don't want to be the leader.
No.
Biblically,
you're not meant to be the leader.
I spent 10 years making the decisions. I spent 10 years being the breadwinner, being the person who made all the decisions, what we're going to have for dinner, where we're going to go, what we're going to do, how we're going to do this, how we're going to. I'm so happy to not have to be the sole person who makes all the decisions anymore. And don't get me wrong. I mean, the house is basically mine. I run the household. He runs the businesses, and we help each other and fill in where we need to. But I can't show you my house, but there's no oppression here.
There ain't no oppression here.
None. Mm-hmm. He works really hard and has built businesses that allowed me to be at home and help, with the businesses and not have to go and work for someone else who controls all my time and all the things that I do. That is actually oppression.
That's oppression.
Corporate America is oppression.
Yeah. I don't want to work for somebody that takes me away from my home life, because my home life is the most important. My marriage, my home life.
Because let me tell you, it doesn't matter how important you are to a corporation, they'll replace you the next day. Immediately. They don't care if you die. And trust me, I had a lady die at work.
Next day.
Literally.
Somebody else.
Her desk was cleaned out the next day, and there was one announcement made, and then everybody went on like she didn't fucking have a fucking pulmonary embolism at work and fucking die. Like, that's where you want to die, not me.
Not me.
No thanks. No thank you.
I'm still going to keep my job because
she had 4 daughters.
I like it.
It's horrible, but I hated my job. It's not entirely true, but I did hate the constraints that it had on me, and that I worked 24/7 and that I had to travel. But at the time, it was what I needed.
Hoda Housewife tip of the week.
Yeah.
Don't let your career overcome your full-time life. Don't let your full-time job override your full-time life.
Yeah.
Because
they will replace you. Your marriage, and even if you're not married, your relationships with the people in your life, whether it's your friends, your family, your husband, your children, like, you can't get any of this back. So
this is not oppression.
It's definitely not.
Submitting to your husband is not oppression.
No. I mean, what's that Russell guy say? Only men who don't have any money and women who can't get a man with money are mad at gold diggers. Something like that. I love him. Do you remember me telling you something like that? Oh my God, it's so awesome, because like, I'm definitely not a gold digger, but there is something to be said about a man who has goals, who is determined, who is a hard worker. Mm-hmm. And my husband started out like working in the oil field, and then he got tired of working for other people, and he made his own company, and then he got tired of traveling, so he converted that company. Then he's like, hey, oil and gas, so wishy-washy. Let's open a gym. Let's start an energy drink. Then let's open a second gym. And then, so here we are. So here we are. And oil and gas is booming again. And honestly, since I retired, like, the company has doubled in size. It has nothing to do with me. It's just, if you ask him, he'll say it does, because he says he could never have grown if I wouldn't have been by his side. Mm-hmm. And he puts all this good blame on me. And I'm like, this is all you, bro. This isn't me. But yeah, so it's definitely not oppression.
Not
by
oppression.
any means. And we'll talk about my story about like leaving corporate America and becoming a housewife one day, but it's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Pretty wild ride.
So just remember, it's not about you having to be ready to be a wife. It's about building a life with a partner that makes you a wife.
Yeah, absolutely. And just making sure that you both take care of each other. I think that's the biggest thing. It can't be one sided. Like I take care of him in ways that he can't take care of himself and vice versa. And so it's all about a partnership. And I definitely think that once you've built a great partnership, I mean, I definitely believe in marriage as in signing the papers. But yeah, I love being a wife
Love
and a
being a wife.
mom. I mean, I'm ready for these kids to go because I'm ready to start my post kid life.
Post kid life.
But I mean, just so we can spend more time together alone. But I mean, you know,
Yeah.
I love being a mom. My kids are awesome. I love them so much.
Well, this episode has been real. Hadn't been real nasty, but it's been real.
Yeah.
So like, subscribe, follow, rate, send to a friend.
Well, thanks for joining us again for episode 3. We look forward to seeing you guys next week, and have a great and nasty weekend.
Keep it real, keep it nasty.
Bye, guys.